Hello, my dearest. Daniela here, and welcome to another episode of the Spa Marketing Made Easy podcast. On today's episode, I invited Emily and Tracy from the ASCP, the Associated Skincare Professionals, which is an association that probably most of you have heard about, but if you haven't, you will certainly want to. They provide liability insurance plus a whole slew of other important services for estheticians. And I really wanted to bring awareness to the ASCP because I think that many estheticians out there, hopefully not you, but there are many out there that don't realize just how important being properly covered is. And I'm a big believer, whether this comes down to like your business structure, we've got to have all of our ducks in a row and make sure that we are protecting ourselves in the way that we do business. And having a good liability insurance is just one of those super, super important pieces. Tracy and Emily and I have a great conversation about why you need liability insurance. Plus, they are going to share all the benefits that you get by having a membership with them. So let me go ahead and read their bios for you. So Emily is a licensed esthetician in Massachusetts and Colorado, having graduated from the Elizabeth Grady School of Aesthetics and Massage Therapy with additional certifications in microdermabrasion and eyelash extensions. Prior to obtaining her aesthetics license, Emily held positions within the insurance industry and obtained her Bachelor of Science degree from the University of New Haven. Tracy is an accomplished executive with more than 20 years experience leading and building national and international companies. She brings a breadth of knowledge to the ASCP, offering seasoned perspectives and key strategies to bring brand awareness, growth, and support to ASCP and its members. She has an entrepreneurial spirit and thrives on keeping up with the latest beauty trends and products. Tracy holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. All right, so without further ado, my dears, let's go ahead and play that interview. All right, I am so excited to have Tracy and Emily here from the ASCP. Super excited to have this conversation with you. I think that the information that you guys have to share about professional liability and just what's important to protect yourself as an esthetician, as a spa owner, is a conversation that needs to be had a little bit more. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, okay. Who's Tracy? Who's Emily? Let's let everybody know that's watching the video and just do real quick. I know I introduced you in the intro, but just real quick, what your role is and a little bit about your background.
Sure, I'll go first. So I'm Tracy Donnelly. I'm the Executive Director of Associated Skincare Professionals, known as ASCP. And I have been here a little over 4 years. My background, I'm not an esthetician. I am a business builder and a marketing guru.
All things that spas need.
Yes, and I'm obsessed with beauty and wellness and everything that estheticians provide. So I am in the best place I've probably ever been. So I love it. I love this.
Awesome. And I'm Emily, and I'm the ASCP program manager here at ASCP. And I really focus on a lot of professional benefits for estheticians. So I'm really focused on all of the things that estheticians need today, whether that is liability insurance support or if that's providing them with educational resources and things that they need to succeed. In a nutshell, that's what I do. But I'm also the resident esthetician. So before this, I was just like everybody else, working in the treatment room, trying to make the career work and do everything that I could to be a successful esthetician and continue my education. But then I moved from Massachusetts to Colorado, and I found myself here with Associated Skincare Professionals. So it's really cool to come from one end of the spectrum and to then be serving who I used to be and who I still am. I still do services every once in a while, and and I love it. I love everything.
I can totally relate to that because I was in the treatment room for so long, and now serving our community in a different way, it's really fulfilling and just feels so great. Like my whole goal in life is to elevate this industry as a whole. And I think that, you know, part of that is having this conversation that we're having today, because I know you guys have some horror stories of things that have happened, and it's, I say you don't know what you don't know, right? And when we're going into business for ourselves, which the majority of estheticians are solo estheticians, right? And I think that's one of the hardest things in our industry, the hardest things to do, because when you're a solo esthetician, you're wearing all the hats, right? You've got to be the CEO, the CFO, like the marketer, and you're doing the treatment. So there's really just so much going on. And when they prepare you in school, they do a phenomenal job teaching you about skin, but there's no way that they could teach you everything that you have to know to run a successful business. You'd be in school for 20 years, it just wouldn't work. So I'm really excited to break down this conversation about professional liability. Let's just start off with why do we need it in the first place?
Well, I guess I'll start with that. And maybe I would start with just even a quick story of what can happen. So not all states, and let me preface too, I don't believe all states don't require you to have it, but we really feel that being a true professional means that you belong to a professional association and you're really protecting yourself and your clients by having professional liability insurance. So that's just kind of where we stand. We have at least 250 claims at one time each month open for just estheticians. So that really shows you how many people are having accidents. A lot of estheticians think it's not going to happen to me. But things can range from, let's say it's an esthetician. This is a real scenario. I can't give the details too much, but an esthetician has their business out of their home. And we had one of their clients was waiting for their turn in the treatment room, and they were enjoying some sunshine on a deck that was hooked to the esthetician's home, and the deck collapsed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So because she was running the business out of her home, yes, some of it was home insurance, homeowners insurance, but it was also professional liability. So accidents can happen. That was no real fault of the member. Or sometimes people may not get all the information that they need from their client. They may not be as forthcoming on their health intake form or their intake form. And someone could be allergic to iodine, and you give them a seaweed wrap and they have an allergic reaction. And this is a true story. They actually had a client die. She was a mother of 2 children, and they didn't do a proper intake form. And the esthetician actually had left the room while she was sitting with the seaweed wrap on, and she went into anaphylactic shock and ended up in the hospital. So not to sound doom and gloom, those are kind of some of the big ones, but little bits of lifting of skin and things like that, those things happen.
And I can say that when I first graduated aesthetic school, I kind of had a job lined up. So I was very, very lucky with the woman who I used to get electrolysis treatments on my eyebrows. And she just happened to be in the market for an esthetician to do other facial services. And so I was like, oh, heck yes, I want to do that. A job right out of school? Like, absolutely. Yeah. But I remember going through school and graduating and, getting a brochure about ASCP real quick, but I didn't really read through it or didn't give it much thought. But I was sitting there now with my boss about to start my first day. And she tells me, okay, so one of the first things that you need to do is you need to get insurance. And I was like, oh, what? What's that? Like, what? And it was really, really important to her that I get it. And so she told me kind of the general importance of it. But to be honest, she kind of gave me a reality check of, what service and what industry I was going into. I mean, we can really do things that hurt people, and whether we, accidentally mean to, or, it's just an upset client coming after you, but you have to protect yourself for these things. And it's, when you think about it, you get insurance for your car, you get insurance for your home, for the things that are inside your home. So why not get insurance for your career,
Right. Now, what is the difference between, like a professional liability? Like, what exactly does a professional liability insurance cover?
Yeah, so a good professional liability insurance covers three things. And it's important that estheticians double check that all these things are being covered by their policy. Is that first, it covers general. So what general liability is they could be walking into the treatment room and slip and fall, or they could be jumping onto the treatment bed and screws are loose and the bed falls and someone gets hurt. So that's general liability, okay? And then also to product liability. So product liability is going to cover not only the products that you're putting on their face in the treatment room, but any of the recommendations that you are giving to them for at-home care, the retail products. And that could also cover you too if you're doing private label or white labeling and you have your own products. So that will cover you there as well. And then of course, professional liability, which is the most important. And that is if something were to happen during the treatment that you're giving the client, meaning during the treatment. So
like waxing,
your lifting skin, scalding water on them while they're getting their treatment. So all those types of things. So that's really important. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask, what other, I know that your association is connected with some other companies or organizations that you make recommendations for. What other types of insurance apart from professional liability would you recommend, or would you suggest an esthetician look into to see if it's a good fit for them or not?
Yeah, so we have partnerships as when you become a member of Associated Skincare Professionals, we have lots of different partners, whether they're discount partners on products and continuing education, or if it's additional insurance products that aren't directly sold through us, which is like short-term disability. And given the current situation right now with the outbreak of the coronavirus, a lot of estheticians have been calling to find out how they can protect their careers in that way too. So if they were to get sick, they're a sole proprietor, there's not other people running their business for them, that they can continue to have an income. So we have that. And you could, if once you become a member, you can log on to that section of the site and check out all those different things. The other thing that I would mention too, we also offer what's called, you get a discounted rate on business personal property insurance. So that is actually protecting your business stuff. So things like your laptop, your inventory, your equipment. If something were to happen, there's a fire or a flood or there's theft, we cover you in that way. And that's an additional policy that you can purchase. And then people like yourself who had been a laser tech as well, working in a med spa, or they're just offering that in their practice. We also offer advanced modality insurance. So something that you would need a medical director for that's outside maybe your normal scope of practice within your state. So microblading, permanent makeup, laser, microneedling at a medical grade length, and so on. So we've got you covered. Pretty much anything you can think of for your business, we've got you.
So I have a question, because when I was working in medical spas, I know that I had to be on the doctor's insurance. So for those estheticians working in a medical environment, they know that they're on the liability. They're working with the doctor. Do they still need a professional liability insurance themselves?
So what we like to say is there's two scenarios. If you are an employee working for a doctor's office or plastic surgeon's office, then yeah, you are on their insurance. We always do say it's a good idea to protect yourself even if you're an employee, because you're not in control of them paying their medical premium, their insurance premiums, and
or
so forth.
Even if you're named in their premiums,
right.
You're listed,
or if that modality is specifically named. We've had situations where someone thought that IPL was covered by their employer. They were covered for everything except for IPL, and so they ended up getting named personally in the suit and being sued. So that happens. So we do recommend that you consider having your own policy. And then also too, if you're doing anything outside of those four walls of that office, you're 100% covered,
Mm-hmm.
So it just gives you flexibility and peace of mind. And I feel like what we're offering, even outside of our insurance rates, we offer a lot to support estheticians. So it's just kind of what we think is like a no-brainer. So
it's very comforting, I think, having us just being a one-stop shop for people, because I know
that's a great point.
A lot of estheticians, they may not just be working at one location. They may be working at 2 or 3 like I used to be. And so it's really comforting knowing that, one, you're just in control of your own career and, your own everything.
Yeah.
But it is also nice to know that since you're hopping around from spot to spot, that whatever coverage you have that you've chosen for yourself, it's following you wherever you go, and you're not necessarily depending on every single business owner.
Well, and even too, if something were to happen, let's say, whether it was in the plastic surgeon's office or the doctor's office or not, you're covered by us. You have a person to speak to. You're not kind of feeling like, oh my gosh, who do I talk to? What do I do? You get, we call it a liaison, and that is your one person that manages your case, and that is your one contact. And then everything else happens in the background. They're appointing attorneys to your case. They're working with the other attorneys, but you have this one contact to feel safe and know that you can continue to work again and not have all this distraction. So
Tracy, you've mentioned a couple times when you become a member of ASCP, this is what's included. Can you just briefly give an overview of what actually is included in an ASCP membership?
All that good stuff.
That's my favorite part, because that's what we work on so much. Like you said, we're known for our insurance program, but we provide, and the main benefits, I would say, is that we have an award-winning magazine. It's called Skin Deep Magazine, and that it goes to the member in print. That's the only person who could get it, is a member in print every other month. And that is packed full of all the trends and all the industry experts writing for us. And we also in that it's called SD of the Year. So once a year, all of our members are able to write in why they should be esthetician SD of the Year. And we get these beautiful stories. And that's the only time that one of our members will appear on the cover. So that was just recently for our May-June issue. March-April issue. It was a March-April issue. So it's just beautiful. And that's a great way to spotlight our members. So we try to give them connection. And then we also offer a free website. So if you're a new esthetician and you're just starting out, what a great way to get a free website. We host it for you. There are website builders on the site so that they can pick from. I think it's around like 9 or 12 different templates they can use and customize that. And then we have matching marketing bundles that go along with it. So that would include all your gift certificates, your appointment cards. We offer, how many is it? Like 52 pre-made social media memes that just to make sure that they're getting out there. We have over 200 intake forms, different types of releases and forms that estheticians would use. Then we also have career toolkits, which we just created. So if an esthetician is brand new or she's looking to make a change, like how you guys were talking about, like you went from being an esthetician to using your license in a different way, we have 2 different portals. One is employee success, and you take a little quiz. It's like a Cosmo quiz to tell you if you're better for an employee or for a solo practitioner. And then we have 2 different portals and all the resources, everything from podcasts in there to videos to articles. And then we have different calculators, which can help you figure out your compensation. If you're an employee, that can get kind of crazy when you're looking at commission on services and products. And then also a calculator to help you start up your business and figure out what do you need. And then also how much are you going to be making? Like how much do you need to make? And how should you be pricing your services? So that's just a snapshot. What did I miss? Anything else that's super awesome?
I mean, we've got a bunch of discount partners.
Oh, yeah.
So, we talked a little bit about our discount partner with Salon Benefits, which is, if you're looking for health or disability. But we also have a lot of practical, but also fun discount partners. So things from clothing and travel, if you're getting a rental car somewhere, we could do a discount on that, your phone bill. There are so many on trade shows. So if you're looking to advance your education and want to attend a trade show, we work with some of the biggest trade shows in the country to offer a small discount for our members to attend that, to continue their education. And education in general is really huge with us. We've got a huge webinar video library of technique videos and marketing videos.
Oh gosh, how did I forget that? That's my favorite part. That's what we do. But we do like 2 to 3 of those per month. Like we film them here or we go on location, and I think it's just such a great, I mean, that's great, right? To be able to check out a technique video. And then, I know that there's tons on YouTube out there, but the thing that we can guarantee is that you're getting it from the experts. It's going to be within scope of practice. It's not something that's crazy out there. We're going through all the measures to make sure that it is performed correctly and you're seeing it that way.
Awesome. So for people that want to get more information about ASCP or an ASCP membership, I know that we've got some links here below the show notes. We're giving a $20 off discount for anyone that wants to join. But where else can they find you guys, follow you guys? Like, how can people get more information if they're interested in connecting?
Sure. So they can go either to our website at ascpskincare.com, or if they want to check us out on social media, we are at ASCP Skincare everywhere. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, we're everywhere. We're super active on especially Facebook and Instagram. And we actually do a lot of daily dips too on our stories. So every single day we're coming up with a little video, and it's fun because we get to meet our members and our audience, and they get to meet all of us on the team. So there's 5 of us. Some of us are more focused on the professional side, some school, some students, some advanced skincare. And so it's just a really fun way to kind of meet the team, and we give tips and things to estheticians all the time. So tag us on Instagram and say hello, because we would love to see you.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. Well, we will have all of those linked up below the show notes. Thank you so much for really giving a clear picture of what you guys offer. And really, I think it's just such an important conversation for estheticians to have and know, you've got to protect yourself. Just like you've got to know your numbers in business, you've got to also protect yourself, because we work so hard to build these businesses and to get our careers to where we want them. It's just not worth it to take a risk to lose that. So I really, really appreciate your guys' time. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.